It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Live from the Sweet and Snack Show. Dr. Jeremy Wise here. I am live from the Sweet and Snack Show. I walked by Pipcorn. I knew I recognized it, and I couldn't help myself with the truffle mini popcorn. And I recognized it because you guys were on Shark Tank.
Yes.
How long ago were you on Shark Tank?
We were on Shark Tank 4 years ago.
All right.
Yeah. And so it was, it's a family business, so I run it with my brother and his wife. And so 4 years ago we went on and got a deal with Barbara.
How is that going?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, it's like Shark Tank, you watch so many people's lives get changed by being on it, and you're like, oh, what is it actually like? Does that happen? And it really does. Like, 13 million people watch it every Friday.
Wow.
And so, you know, we have all that exposure all the time, and then you have the help of a shark. It's really amazing.
What's some advice that Barbara's given you?
I think the best advice she has is be who you are. Like, especially just a lot of this business is you're really passionate about what you do and you're selling it. And she's like, just be who you are and sell it. And also just owning what you're good at and not feeling, I think as an entrepreneur, you are so used to wearing many hats that it hits a point where you're wearing hats that you're not really supposed to be wearing because you're not necessarily good at them. And she's like, it's okay to not be good at that and find the person who is so that you can grow it where you excel.
So, Jim, what's your superpower? What have you found you're good at through this journey? Yeah.
Man. That's a hard question.
What do you like doing in the business?
What do I like doing?
Yeah.
I really like being creative. The whole team's really creative. I like spearhead a lot of the marketing stuff, and I think that's really fun. I think being able to, we're selling snack foods, so we're selling popcorn and thinking of fun ways to connect with customers. So I'd say that, and beyond that, I have a passion for food and using food as like medicine, and being able to provide people with, not that popcorn's medicine, but food that makes you feel good and makes you happy. So those are my two favorite things.
So speaking of creative, you have some new packaging. I want you to talk about favorite flavors. What's the most popular flavors you have, and then show some of the packaging.
Okay, great. Yeah, so favorite flavors, obviously truffle, like the one you gravitated right to. That's everyone's favorite. And then we are just launching a vegan caramel that is incredible.
Do those words go together, vegan caramel?
I know. Well, that's the thing what we're so excited about. It's like it's a little bit lighter coated, so it's a snack, like you can snack on it, or at least we do. So I think those two are really popular right now. And then we're actually launching 2 new products altogether. Nice. So we took our heirloom corn, that we use for pipcorn, and we ground it into grits so that we could make it into other things. So we're launching cheese balls and corn scoops. And the cheese balls are awesome because most cheese balls on the market right now have like yellow 5, yellow 7 MSG, and ours are just what you would expect to be in a cheese ball. So it's organic buttermilk, organic cheese, color comes from paprika, our non-GMO corn and salt. Like, that's it. So I'm super thrilled about that. And then our chips.
Show the packaging. We'll let them zero in. So
the popcorn. Yeah. So we kind of really are playing on the fact that we're doing this heirloom. We have this heirloom corn, and so we want to modernize it. Want to make people realize the benefits of heirloom, not just for your health, but for the environment. And so this is pipcorn, and these are cheese balls, and then and then the corn dippers. Yeah. So we're super excited just to, we really believe that everything doesn't have to be high, not there's anything wrong with it, but high protein and all these things. It could just be a better for you, Right.
Yeah.
So
when did you discover heirloom?
So we discovered heirloom. I actually were in Chicago, and I was living in Chicago working at a health food store. And I met the farmer who grew the tiny kernel that is now known as pipcorn. And he kind of brought me onto it. I had a lot of digestive issues. And he was like, this will be better for your stomach and it won't hurt as much. And I tried it and fell in love with it. My brother and his wife tried it and fell in love with it. And that's sort of how it happened. And as we've gone on this journey, we've just really fell in love more and more with what heirloom means.
So talk about working with family. I won't make you hold this up the whole time. Talk about working with family.
Working
Because it's an interesting dynamic, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's really fun. I think that I'm really lucky. We all get along so well, and we all have really similar personalities and really different strengths. So I think that works together in a really, really great way. And I think it's fun. I think there's a lot of the, you know...
if someone's working in the family, what advice do you have from navigating that? Just yelling it out and then hugging afterwards?
I would say maybe creating like a structure from the beginning, because I think it's so easy. You have your like family structure, right? And so to not be in those molds of like younger sister or older sister or whatever it is. So I think from the beginning being like, this person does this and this person does that allows everyone to feel really empowered. And I think that we naturally have that, but I think that I'm always going to be a little sister, you know? And so I, a lot of times would look up to, you know, Jeff or Teresa, thinking, you know, that, they know everything, you know, and not that they don't, it's more that they probably wanted me to take more like control in certain areas. So I think that, yeah.
So Jen, where can people get it?
You can get it at Whole Foods nationally, and all of the new products will hit Whole Foods August 5th nationally, and then on our website, www.pipsnacks.com, and in about like 2,000 stores across the country.
So 2 last questions I always ask. Starting a company is not easy.
Yeah.
What's been a challenge? And then on the flip side, what's been a proud moment?
Yeah.
So what's been a challenge?
I think a challenge is not growing too fast. I think that there's so many opportunities and there's so many people who are like, you should be here and doing everything. And I think actually the strength comes to being like, I'm just going to grow where I can actually support it. And I think that's why it's 7 years and we're still here, is because we didn't just try to go everywhere and not have the money to support it or the resources. We really made sure to pace ourselves, and that's a hard thing to learn, and I think it's a hard challenge because you're like, am I missing out on sales? Is somebody going to take my spot? I think that was a hard lesson to like learn.
FOMO.
Yeah, you have FOMO. Like brands have FOMO, and you know you don't want to miss your moment. But what's worse than missing your moment is getting the moment and then not being able to execute.
Right.
So it's really important to make sure to pay attention to that. And what was
proud moment?
Proud moment.
Yeah.
I think working with my brother and Teresa, and being 7 years later here and launching 2 new products and new packaging. You know, we started with no money, hand stamping bags at farmers markets, and I think right now feels like a really proud moment because this was our dream all along, to launch multiple snacks, and we're here. So I would say right now.
All right. Check out Pipcorn.
Pipcorn. Follow us on Instagram, Pipsnacks, our website, and really stay tuned for all the new products and all the new fun that we have coming up, because we want you part of the journey.
And try truffle.
Thanks.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like $100 grand.